they're gonna always do whatever they can to try to take away power and impact from Disaster.
All right, World Domination 6. Were you there?
Which one was that?
The most recent one.
Huh?
Yeah, the most recent one with Charron and Diz.
I wasn't there. No, I was not there.
Why didn't you go?
Right now I don't. Okay, I'll just be fully honest, bro. Like, I need to get a lot of shit together. Right now, I don't even have like my passport's fucked. You feel me? I gotta get like my passport situation fixed and little crimes shit like Canada border shit. So that's all good. Okay, and I just like couldn't. And bro, like honestly, it's hard for me to even. I barely left LA in the past couple of years. I'm someone that spent such a huge part of my life traveling, and I've been to, on the strength of hip hop I've been flown to four continents, you know what I mean? Going on five continents, um, all over the world and shit. But I barely left LA in the past couple of years. And mainly that's because like I'm fucking a no jumper 5-6 days a week, busting my ass.
Right. What did you think of the whole Disaster versus Charron and all the criticism about them saying Diz was rapping for 20-minute rounds and stuff like that?
Look, okay. They're gonna always do whatever they can to try to take away power and impact from Disaster. They're gonna do whatever they can. They're gonna frame however, like me and Diz kind of had the same problem, but in completely different ways. In that we give people the ammo needed to nuclear missile us, and we do it with a smile on our face and unashamed. And I think that's probably why we were drawn to each other so early in our careers, and we had so many of our great moments attached to each other. And we're essentially, you could argue that me and Diz were you feel me, the greatest like manager slash battle rapper combo or league owner battle rapper combo in battle rap history. We're up there. I mean, you could say like maybe like Smack and Tay Rock, what I'm saying, or Smack and Surf or Organic and Pat Stay. You know what I mean? Like these are other people you could throw in the mix of that, or Direct and Hollow the Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, Penn got a few for sure. Like I don't know if you want to say smacking DNA or even I'll give DNA say pH, but I don't know if that lasted long enough to define in that regard. I know for sure there's a lot of people that are baby pens or under Penn's tutelage in that regard that you can put in that category. Again, Mook and Smack, Lux and Smack, whatever. Me and Diz are up there. And one of the reasons why is the fact that we're so transparent with our passion of the culture and how much we give to the culture. But at the same time, we might give our detractors enough rope to hang us with. And Diz rapping for fucking 7 hours definitely did that because it gave people something to criticize. But what it doesn't do is change the reality of how impressive, how brilliant, and how much incredible material was in those rounds, and just like how the environment was kind of shaped for Diz to be on the losing side. And I don't mean when it comes to him and Sharon, but just him in the battle with public consensus, which is way more of his op in this regard. Because Sharon is also an all-time great, an amazing MC, and there's had an incredible performance of his life, and there's nothing that can or should be taken away from Corey in any capacity. However, I do think that the battle of Diz versus public perception is the greater foe here. Kind of like I think the people that think KRS-One is good, they should like, you know what I'm saying, not think Dizaster is whack.
Mm. So did you watch the battle?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm like, I did. And like I said, I'm the dude that was standing there analyzing bar for bar when Diz battled Soulcon. So this isn't really like I wouldn't have surprised this Russ was shorter than 20 minutes. What do you think we're gonna get? Now, when it comes to like live events and when a battle is placed on the card, and there's so many different dynamics that'll affect it. Like organics is a tough position because this has to be like one of the headline battles, if not the final battle. It is, one of the most important battles in history, much less of the day. However, and like the vast majority or a huge portion of the fans are going to the event and purchasing the pay-per-view specifically to watch this. However, if you do it too late in the day, no one's going to want to see it anymore. It's going to be like, and it's going to take away from, just it's going to knock the room. So Organic's in a tough position to know Diddy, because if he does it earlier, he potentially pisses off a lot of people and blows his nut too soon. But also, the integrity of battle would be probably on a higher level because people would not be as fatigued and they'd be more invested and engaged. Now, the integrity of the later battles would definitely be compromised. So then you got to weigh in, is this battle more important than these 4 other battles that now people might not care about because they're after we just watched this 2 hours of rapping? But it's a difficult situation. I would encourage Diz to rap shorter rounds, but nah, fuck what these people are talking about. This is your history. This is your greatness. This is your legacy. And you put that dot on an exclamation mark however the fuck you choose to as an artist.
Yeah, when I interviewed Real Deal, he said that basically they moved that battle to second to last when it was supposed to be last. And because it was so long, it ruined the last battle pretty much.
That's like I said, that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna happen for sure. Like, that's why it's damn near. Would it have been a better move to have that be the second battle of the day? Like, you have the opener, and then you do that. Now, I think that damn near, although it would have pissed people off and would have looked so wacky and crazy on paper, I totally get and respect why Organic made the decision to do it the way he did. Although I think for the sake of that battle, I think it would have done better if it was earlier, even earlier than it was.
Who won?
When you do something like Diz did, you effectively remove it from being a quantifiable battle, in my opinion. Like, it becomes something completely different and preferentially based. I think the vast general consensus is that Charron won, and I think that's what the culture is going to run with regardless. And I think they both won. They both executed their objectives, and although the culture gives Charron the W, and you can't really deny that, so Charron kind of won. But does that mean in my heart I feel like Diz lost? No. Does that make sense?
Got you.
By dick eating too much.
No, I got you.